Now I don't know what the title of this video is going to be yet, but what I do know is that I'm going to need a mustache for it, because you know, it is a very, very cool thing to have. And I've also come to the conclusion that life is supposed to be joyful, and this is just a whole lot of fun. We are in the midst of May, and after weeks of nothing but rain, the days are warm and sunny. And whilst cleaning and painting, I found myself singing this song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And it is going to be a bright, bright, room. And it made me laugh because I realized that me singing this song meant something. And all of a sudden, the simple thing of me buying a ridiculous pair of vintage glasses at a flea market that made me see things better. Wow! And me buying this interesting picture of a gentleman with a gigantic mustache, something that was different from what I would normally buy, made me realize that it is not just about seeing things clearly, but also about seeing things in a different light. And all of a sudden, the lyrics of this song, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blinded, made sense. I found it! I knew it! Because I was just looking at this and then I was thinking there's something off because none of these colors are a good fit, and I really thought that I had found one already. This is going to be it. Okay, so now that this is sorted, you know, we can move on to something else. It's going to be a bright... Oh no, don't do it! I'm never going to get this song out of my mind ever again. So now when it comes to seeing things in a different light, I do have to say that this is definitely the case for all of the things that happened in the last couple of months that I talked about in my last video. And now, thinking about the sentence in the song, I can see all obstacles in my way, I do realize that the obstacle in this case has been me. And then the next sentence, gone are the dark clouds that had me blinded, all of a sudden made sense too. Because I have been blinded, and it was because of my own humanity and because of all of the emotions that come with being a human. Strong emotions like sadness and anger, and especially in combination with grief, are difficult to deal with, and the easiest thing to do is just to shift the focus to somebody else, and that's what I did in my last video. In the end though, there is only one person responsible for everything that happens in my life, and this person is me. I was the one who made the decision to let other people into my home, and this created the perfect platform for them to do the things that they did. And these things created the perfect circumstances that allowed me to learn a very difficult life lesson. And now I'm no longer feeling angry and sad, because right now this is not a story about loss anymore, but a story about consciously stepping away from things that kept me from growing and learning as a human being in life. Oh, this needs to come out too. Oh shit. It also goes all the way in there. Please tell me that it's not attached to anything in here. Oh, there it comes. Oh my god. Please tell me that it isn't stuck in there. Oh no, I think it is. Now, this. Oh! It is going to be a bright sunshiny day. Oh, oh, yeah. I've spent a lot of time lately on sorting my thoughts and beliefs about things like my value system and my moral compass, and about more specific things like family values, and about sharing a certain moral compass with other people in a family too. And also about what it means to be surrounded by people with a different moral compass and values in life than mine. And I've also done a lot of thinking about my boundaries. And so now one very important question for me was, is it possible to deal with something like boundaries? And with this, I'm not just talking about setting boundaries and about respecting other people's boundaries, but also about respecting my own boundaries in a healthy way without having my values and my moral compass very clear. And my answer to that is no, I can't. I truly believe that people who do not know how to set boundaries are always going to be surrounded by people who are going to cross boundaries, and vice versa, until they have learned their lesson. And I have definitely been one of those people. And this is what I am stepping away from, because I don't want to be surrounded by people like that anymore. And I also don't want to be someone like that ever again. And a lot of you guys commented about very difficult things happening in life because of life lessons that need to be learned. And you guys were right. Your comments were beautiful. And now, you know, just going back to the song that I was singing just one last time, I do want to say that there are going to be a lot of sunny days going forward, but there are always going to be rainy days too. And that's okay, because without rain, nothing grows. Am I really going to do this in a dress? Oh. Oh my god, I just... Okay. can't help myself. The fabric that I bought on Marketplace arrived in the mail. So now I can finally start my little let's fix the vintage ironing board that I found in the trash project. And on the day that I found this ironing board, I actually also found this very old vintage frame. And this is something that I decided to take home because Rogier really liked it. So this is going to, I don't know, need to go somewhere else. Oh, it's so nice to just sit here for a while, because this room is really starting to feel a little bit like me, and I'm so happy because I really feel at home. And that's great because, you know, this is going to be my temporary home for a while. So I want to give you guys a little update at the end of what was a very long but also very productive and very interesting week, with me sorting out this room but also sorting out myself. And right now I do have to say that I am feeling a lot better, and I'm also feeling very happy and thankful for all of the things that I've managed to sort out in here and, you know, in here. So I'm really happy with all of these things. And right now I do have to say that when I look in the mirror, I really like myself actually. And this has been the most extraordinary thing, I think, because all of the soul searching that I have done really increased my feeling of self-worth and also self-love. And I think that I've never loved myself as much as I do now. And then another thing that I'm also very excited about is our future in Sweden. And I do want to give you guys a little update because there is a slight change of plans, or at least we are talking about just doing the whole we want to move to Sweden quest a little bit different too. So now the farmhouse that we are living in right now is a very, very expensive one. And this means that Rogier has to work crazy hours just to pay for all of the things that you see over here right now. And this leaves no time and no energy for anything else. And I do have to say that right now I am worried about him, and I have been worried for quite a while because he is really tired and he is not doing great. And you know, besides those things, Rogier also has no pension at all. So this means that if he wants to live here, he needs to work until the day he dies. And this is not going to happen. Or at least it is not going to take him long to die if he continues the way he does right now. So something needs to change, and it needs to happen quickly. We don't have another 5 years because it is just going to be too much. The wish list that we have for the property that we want to buy is a really long one. And we also know that we are probably going to have to make some compromises, and we are okay with doing that. But there are also certain things that we do not want to compromise on. And this means that it is probably going to take us a while to find the right place. So now, because of all of these things, we are talking about just buying a temporary place very cheaply. It needs to be interesting though. And it needs to be fun. We need to feel excited about fixing it up, you know, as a little investment and in between place for us to live in. Now right now there are actually a couple of properties for sale that we are very much interested in. 2 of those properties are very big old schools, and then another one is a very old train station. And we are both feeling very excited about all of these properties. And right now we are also talking about just putting in some offers on all of these properties just to see if one of these offers is going to be accepted. Now we haven't done anything yet, but the chance of us taking this route is a really high one. And I do have to say that I feel very excited about it. So I'm going to keep you posted on the whole... We want to move to Sweden and we probably need to take a different route quest. And the same for the space over here, you know. I'm just going to continue all of things. And I'm actually going to try to finish it as quickly as possible. Because I also want to move on to all kinds of other things. You know, I want to get back into the whole barn project. And then, besides those things, and this is also going to be really important, I want to spend some time on sorting out all of my stuff. You know, because right now my entire life is packed into boxes, and those boxes, you guys, they are everywhere. I have boxes in the barn from the neighbor next door. I have boxes downstairs. I have boxes in the blue and white farmhouse bedroom. I have things up in the attic, and it is driving me crazy because I can't find anything. And I just also want to take a look at all of these things that I own from a different perspective too. And I think what I want to do is just to ask myself the question, with every item that I own, is this something that I feel excited about taking with me into my new life? Or do I feel more excited about getting rid of it because it is going to create space for something different and something new? Because, you know, I'm already saying goodbye to so many things, and I do have to say that I actually really appreciate the space that it creates. And you know, this is probably also going to lead into me letting go of a lot of the things that I own, because I would like to have a little bit more of it. Because it just, I don't know, it feels right, you know? Because right now I'm going to have a little bit of a temporary life over here, and I'm just going to use this transitional period in my life for just getting all kinds of things really clear. And you know, sorting out all of my stuff is definitely also going to be one of these things. So now, me and my new friend are going to pose for the thumbnail photo that I need to make for this video, which means me getting a little mustache of my own. Because besides me doing things differently, I also want to have a little bit more fun. So are you ready, my friend? Yes, he is. And so am I.